Who says I can't continue to read Asian lit outside of Asian Readathon? But it's like definitely not what I was expecting. We got some book mail and I think I know what it is. I did think for a while, like, how do you get the two shadiest characters from the first book and make them lovable? Well, mission achieved. What's up, friends? Starting today's vlog with a boba, and we got some books. I'm so excited to start a new vlog. Ooh, beautiful. It went in perfectly. Beautiful. Okay, friends. Okay, friends. Oh, it's so good. Sorry, got distracted. It's actually Friday. This week I had a pretty busy week with big auditions and some last minute auditions that I needed to whip together. I definitely recommend checking out my Instagram. I'm trying to post more on my stories, so if you're not following me there, you probably should. If you want to see more like live action stories, I want to see if I can go back and find the video of it. I just was updating everyone on my Instagram about like messy things that was happening. I got catcalled this week when I went to a doctor's appointment. Found out the doctor's appointment was on the wrong day, so I went and got harassed in public for no reason. We love being a lady. A little lassie. Just a friendly reminder, you should definitely follow me on Instagram. I don't post as much. I definitely want to get into that more, but it is what it is, you know? I'm in this weird bubble of like really wanting to be a full-time actress and like doing lots of work for that, but then also wanting to create my own content and like wanting to like create my own income and things like that. But obviously like my channel's itty bitty. I've had some sponsorships as of late and I'm very grateful, but like that won't pay rent. So I feel like I'm always torn between pouring all my energy into YouTube or pouring it into something else, and considering getting a part-time job now that like cases are kind of going down. I don't know, I'm a little worried about summertime because people get crazy during the summer. But you didn't come here to talk about jobs and money and stuff. You came here to see me read some books. So let me tell you the plan for this weekend, which I know I have several books here, with my last vlog literally being like 7 days long and finishing a book. What makes me think I can finish 3 this weekend? Willpower. That's my answer, I think. So let's talk about these books. So I have audiobooks for all of these, which is kind of giving me the confidence that I'll finish these. I mean, and they're not too big. The first one was on my TBR. If you didn't watch that video, I'll link it below. My main TBR for Asian Readathon, I have Loveboat Taipei, which is a book that I really enjoyed, YA contemporary. And then next is Loveboat Reunion, which I have not read. It follows a few characters from Loveboat Taipei, so it's a companion novel. You could totally read them out of order, I believe, but I like highly recommend reading Loveboat Taipei. I genuinely love it so much. So hyped to read these two. Sure, it's gonna be a really fun time. And then I just got the audiobook for Front Desk, which I've been meaning to read for like ever. I actually purchased this book because of what I heard happened to Kelly Yang, specifically during the time when there was a specific time when she was helping during the pandemic. She was reading her book for free online, and she was just really working to engage with students in a different way, especially because everyone was stuck at home over Zoom, and she was experiencing so much hate. I think she even posted a video of her like being on a walk being harassed, which is completely sad. It is a reality that a lot of people face in America, specifically Asian people receiving hate just for their appearance. And it's really sad, but it is definitely the reality, and it won't be fixed unless we actually talk about it. Like, my camera totally cut me off. She was like, ma'am, stop lecturing us. Okay, I'll stop. My bad. Boba is so good. I'm just gonna drink my boba, eat my breakfast, and oh, boba's so good. Okay, I'm done. This is probably a very weird angle, but I'm on my bed right now, and my camera is just on this tripod, so deal with the weird angle. It is literally 5 p.m. I finished all the stuff I wanted to do for today, and I made up coffee because I have so little energy left, if I'm being honest. So what's gonna motivate me to read? Coffee and bundling up with all my pillows. I don't know if you can see, I made a little stack, so I'm gonna say, We'll see if I fall asleep. But a random thing that's helped me recently want to do stuff is a Pomodoro. So instead of putting a timer on my phone, which I would normally like tap my phone and check and be like, how much time do I have left? And then next thing you know, you're on Instagram. Just a little Pomodoro. I'm gonna set it for 25 minutes, and I'm going to read for 25 minutes, and then take like a little break, and then see how many times I can do it. It's like reading sprints, but like solo style, you know what I mean? Managed to read 50 pages. Oh god, it's so good. It's so good. I feel like I said the summary wrong. I'll correct that in a little bit. But your girl's tired and I need to chug more coffee. When you're supposed to be reading, but instead you've poured yourself a massive glass of wine and you're starting to watch Outlander. The reading mood has been weak today, being very honest. Like you saw me using the little Pomodoro. I did that twice, so I did get a decent amount of reading in. I'm on page 97, so almost 100 pages in, but like I don't want to read. I know, terrible. I've said it. But I still really enjoy the story. It's very fun. It's interesting. Loud car passing. It's interesting now that I know what the characters' motives are, because there's some characters in here that are a little kooky, and they're the star players in the companion novel. So I'm actually really excited, because going back to this, seeing their beginnings is very interesting, and not just having my opinion of them at the end of the book. So still enjoying it. Oh, sorry, that was like mad cryptic, wasn't it? So in this book we have Ever and Rick, who are the main kind of love interests in book one. Okay, side characters are Sophie and Xavier. Sophie's kind of boy crazy, and by kind of I mean a lot, and she really befriends Ever very quickly, but she does some shady ass shit, and she kind of learns her lesson at the end of the book, but it doesn't mean that she's like forgiven quite as easily. At least I don't forgive her. I think what she did was hella messed up, and I'm like, I think Ever kind of forgives her in a sense. I don't. And Xavier is this kind of rough, tough boy who doesn't have like the love from his father. His father's quite abusive, actually, quite being like he'll strike him and things like that. But the second book features Xavier and Sophie. And it's going to be interesting to see how they complement each other, because they also had feels in the first book, but because of all the craziness that was happening, because there's a lot that happens in this book, I don't think they end on like a good note. Like at the beginning of this book, Sophie's so crazy for Xavier. She's like, oh my god, he's so attractive, but she's like after any attractive guy, you know what I mean? So yeah, very interesting. So we're at the point where Sophie and Ever have decided to be really rebellious because of their strict, well, Ever's strict parents has made Ever want to be more reckless, and she's trusting Sophie because Sophie's being so nice, but don't trust the first person who's nice to you. Also, it's funny because this is YA, but people already have alluded to like hooking up and like people's parts being out and being caught by teachers. That happened within like the first 50 pages, so not steamy at all. Like don't get me twisted, it's not steamy, but it's definitely a wild ride. I think it depicts summer school, especially for kids who are like 17, 18 plus, because some of them are in their first year of college too. It gives new adult vibes. Not too steamy, but just like, you know that some people want to have sex, which is very much avoided normally in YA, but I kind of like that they do talk about it, because it's a thing that young adults will have to deal with. But yeah, that was mostly, I just mostly wanted to talk about Sophie and Xavier. So I like seeing their beginnings in here, because Sophie kind of likes Xavier at the beginning, so I'm like, oh, full circle. So she ends up liking him again, even after all the crazy stuff goes down. So yeah. And I'll keep you posted on the craziness if you want. I don't know. But I'm gonna be a bad bitch and watch Outlander instead of reading. I'm sorry. I only read 100 pages too. I still have like 4 hours left in the audiobook. But you know what? I will tackle that tomorrow and start Loveboat Reunion. It's gonna be a great day. And hopefully my reading mood will increase. Just like the loud car of that. The loud cars are just so annoying. Why? Why? It's literally been a few days. I'm so sorry. It's been a rough time all around. But you know what? I'm gonna get back into the reading grind. I just finished Loveboat Taipei, which I had started a while ago. So this week I am definitely going to pick up the sequel. I love this book so much. It gives me there's just so many facets to this, and I think I kind of told you guys earlier that, you know, it's heavy on the romance, but towards the end of the story it really talks a lot about this American dream and how it kind of pressures immigrant parents to have their like kids be doctors or something respectable, and that's why they sacrifice so much for their kids. And Ever, our main character who loves dancing, doesn't really want to be a doctor, and she's like, okay, you guys sacrifice so much so that way I could follow my dreams. And like, and she feels really selfish doing that and wanting to pursue dancing, and how at the beginning of the book she wouldn't even think about arguing with her parents. But it's this whole build about life, and it's so good, while also being very romantic, having very steamy scenes, mind you. And it's all around really cool to see every character have so much growth. Like, really, this is one of those YA books that I'm like, I don't think I'd ever stop talking about. I'm so excited for the movie adaptation. I can't speak. And I need to fix my hair. I look ugly as hell. That's what today is. I'm gonna start the second book, which we got Loveboat Reunion, which follows Xavier and Sophie, which are characters from this story, which I completely forgot about Xavier being in love with someone else completely throughout this whole book. There's so many plot lines. I can't believe it's such a good read. Please go read this book if you haven't. I'm about to lose hours of time twiddling with my hair. Guess it's what you gotta do when you have a luscious mane like mine. Oh, ew. Ugh. Okay, like an hour later, hair mask is in. I'm looking hella wretched, but that's okay. I am 80 pages into Loveboat Reunion, and I'm so far really enjoying this because Sophie is right now in the grind at Dartmouth, trying to like write off boys, focus on herself, but she's kind of struggling because she's obviously like super beautiful, and people have like, I don't know, she went for a couple of job interviews for like part-time jobs, and this guy literally was like, oh, like, sorry I couldn't offer you this opportunity, but you're gorgeous. And I was just like, what? So I just like that Sophie's on the grind and she's trying to focus on herself, but she obviously still really cares for Xavier. I'm interested to see how this long distance relationship works out. Currently they are friends, but they are clearly more interested in each other. Let me take off my headphones. What am I doing? There was a video leaked of Sophie during class of her like doing a makeup tutorial, showing her friends how to have kissable lips. So she's getting kind of bullied a lot, and I feel like I'm worried about the friends she's making at college. Like, I just want to look after my baby, you know what I mean? I'm enjoying Sophie and Xavier so much, so like I should have never dissed Abigail like this, because I did think for a while, like, how do you get the two shadiest characters from the first book and make them lovable? Well, mission achieved on like the first page. Like, super like I also will definitely say trigger warnings for like domestic abuse. In the first few chapters, Xavier is trying to flee his dad, and his dad literally has armed bodyguards pull him from the airport, so not fun. So now Xavier is forced to finish high school. He didn't finish high school before. He's dyslexic, and I believe his like private tutors before were trying to hide it and just told him repeatedly that he's unteachable. He doesn't know how to read. He's dumb. As a diabetic dyslexic, I can concur. But now he's going to this high school, and they're providing so many cool opportunities for him. They literally gave him a locker that is colored, so it's easy to find. That is something people don't understand about like numbers, in like him struggling to even use a lock, a combination lock. And he's just trying to survive, because that way he can get his
inheritance from his mom who passed away. He was supposed to get it when he turned 18, but the dad rewrote the legal binding of that document to say he'll get it when he graduates high school. Don't know if I'll be able to finish it today because I do have a lot of other things to work on, but I'm hyped. I'm like, yes, I'm Team Sophie. I'm Team Xavier. I hope they can become a couple at the end, or not. Maybe they're just going through life together and figuring ish out. I know there's gonna be some romance in here. It's gonna get physical. We know it. So cute. Oh my god, and the covers. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, just finished doing my hair. Took so long, but gotta do it. Gotta look cute, you know? And I'm about to head to the post office to mail out some packages. So I'm selling some of my unhauled books. If you are interested, it's a link down below. If you live in the US, you can purchase some of my unhauled books. I'm hoping to rehome a lot of these books. They're all awesome and deserve a loving home. And if you use the code JND5, if you're a new user to Pango Books, you get a little discount. And it is only for people in the US, sadly, but very excited to get all these books to new homes. So I'm gonna run off to the post office really quick and get that done. What's up, beautiful people? I am back from the post office. A little walk. I made it there on time and I treated myself to a little iced coffee, but I didn't have enough to like buy a book. That was a smart restraint, not bringing enough money that I actually couldn't buy any books, because otherwise I would have totally bought a book. But nonetheless, I didn't buy a book, but your girl still got a book. We got some book mail and I think I know what it is. So excited. Oh, almost got it. Sorry, I'm just wheezing. Oh my god, I'm so excited for this. So if you don't know, I love Christina Forrest. I read her first 2 novels, romantic contemporary YA novels, and this is her 3rd release, and I decided to do a campaign with, not Epic Reads, somebody. I'm doing a campaign with somebody to make a reel to, you know, highlight this beautiful new release. So I have to think of something creative for that, and oh, I'm so excited. I don't know exactly the date this is released, but I'm so hyped to have a physical copy. So didn't end up buying a book from Errands, but I still ended up getting a book. Guys, I really need to find space for all these books. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, y'all, I've managed to make it to the 150 page mark today, which was a decent amount of reading. I started this book today, so I don't know, maybe this might be reaching. I hope to finish it tomorrow. I don't know, maybe. I'm just so behind on all my TBR goals, and I need to fix that ASAP. Not sure how. Haven't been really in the reading mood, and also was on set for like a week out of this month. So I've been a busy bean this month, and I haven't had the willpower in my free time to read. So glad that this book has gotten me back into the reading hype. So let's see if I finish it tomorrow. I don't know. But I'm very much enjoying this, but I am also deeply, deeply concerned that one of these characters is actually a mean girl. Sophie in the first book was slightly mean to Ever. I don't want to do any spoilers, but like there was this moment of, oh, she did something bad, but then she kind of redeemed herself and faced consequences. So I'm wondering if there's this girl who's like kind of nice right now. I'm wondering if she actually is nice, or if she's just playing Sophie, because Sophie now is gullible because she wants friendship and she's starting to care more for people. We must protect the young ones, okay? Yep, so now it's bedtime. It's 11 p.m, so I'm happy and proud of myself. Going to bed early tonight. Ooh. Y'all, I just realized there is like 2 days, like 1.5 days left in the Asian Readathon, and I have not been reading enough. I haven't finished Loveboat Reunion, so that is the focus for today, and then maybe reading Front Desk tomorrow. But I am working on an exciting video, and it's a Memorial Day weekend, so I saw my aunt yesterday, my cousins, and then today I hung out with a friend that I haven't seen in a while, so I'm trying to be a social being. Balance, man. I've been lacking. I've been severely lacking, but I think I'm gonna put in about 20 minutes of reading right now, or 25 minutes or 30 minutes, some amount of number, and hopefully get Loveboat Reunion done today. It's a really good book. I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm 150 pages in right now, and so good. The choice of fuel for this
reading sprint, hot Cheetos, which you might think is a mistake. I would not disagree. I'm gonna set the fun Pomodoro to 30 minutes. I think that's reasonable.
Y'all, I have finally finished Loveboat Reunion. And do you ever finish a book and just go, yes? Like, so excited for everyone. I really think there can be a third installment called Loveboat Forever, because it's something they said at the end. So cute. So what basically happens in this whole book, because I kind of mentioned what happens in the beginning, we follow Sophie at her beginnings at university, how she's kind of struggling because people just see her as a pretty woman, and her family from a very young age told her just to marry rich, and that's the only way to succeed. And she's trying to finally be like, no, I am capable on my own to be successful. And then we have Xavier, who we know from the first book. We know both Sophie and Xavier from the first book. You guys know, you've been watching the vlog, you've been in the recap, but we follow Xavier's story where his father kind of forces him to finish high school, though he's dyslexic and really struggling to read or do anything, and is very abusive to him, forces him to go back to school. And in this book, both Sophie and Xavier decide to go to Taipei to this big moon festival to kind of help them with school. Sophie's doing this really fun AI project called Mirror Mirror, and her professor kind of looks down on her for wanting to do a project that's AI in fashion. He's like, you should do something in healthcare or something in blah blah blah. And she's like, yo, fashion is one of the biggest industries. Why wouldn't you want to do an AI project with a huge conglomerate, you know? So she goes, she does this huge project, she works with Xavier's family, ends up helping out his family. I'm not giving away any spoilers. So they go to Taipei, and Xavier goes to Taipei to do a school project, but instead he's doing a film kind of essay instead of a written essay. And ooh, the chaos ensues because they decide to have a Loveboat reunion that Sophie unofficially has to plan, and lo and behold, like 150 students come. It gets wild. The ending of the book just made me go, yes, we love it. And I love how it proves the idea of what you may think you want out of life being like the perfect thing isn't always how it's supposed to be. But yes, very, very overly romantic, and just has my flipping heart. I love the dyslexia rep so much in this book. It makes my heart pound just like the siren going off. Okay, now I must pick my next read, and I think I'm going to read Front Desk, like I've mentioned a couple times. It's a short audiobook, should be 3 hours, so hopefully I can finish it tonight. But just in case you're wondering, my other option was A Match Made in Hindi, which has been on my TBR for a while, so still hoping to finish this very soon. I don't think I'll be able to finish both by tonight, which, you know, May 31st. The end of Asian Readathon. So sad. I feel like I didn't do it justice because I literally didn't read for like 3 weeks. You know, life happens. Oh my god, I decided to make a little matcha, not realizing I don't have any mugs left. So I have this little cute glass that I got from IKEA. It's a little cute set. If it'll focus on that and not my face. Basically has these cute little leaves for my little matcha. And I'll actually probably finish it before it gets cold finally. And kind of matches the vibes of the book, you know what I mean? Love. I hope this drink gives me energy because I'm a little crashing. I've decided to only do 1 coffee a day, so after that I'm going to switch to teas and matchas. Oh. In hopes to cut back on my caffeine, though I know tea still has lots of caffeine. An update from my bed. Hello. Even though it sounds like I might have energy because I'm laughing, I don't. I'm here to inform you that the matcha did not give me energy, sadly. Now I'm just chugging cold water and hoping for the best. It's only like 7 o'clock and I haven't even had dinner yet. I'm gonna cook that soon. But update, I'm 70 pages into Front Desk. Very cute, but it's like definitely not what I was expecting, because I did know it was gonna be a little heavy on the fact that she immigrated from China with her family and she's working the front desk at this motel. I just didn't expect life to be so difficult for our main character, Mia. So it kind of makes me sad, but it also warms my heart because she still persists and tries to do her best. And it's so interesting from a child's perspective, immigrating. Just like, why would we do this? This is so hard. So her parents kind of get tricked into running this motel, and the guy offers them this job, this nice contract, make it sound like it's going to be great, and they sign it. But in the contract there was a clause that these terms might change. So now he docked their pay, and if anything goes wrong in the hotel, like a broken washing machine, missing key, they're to blame, and they have to pay out of pocket while barely getting paid themselves, while having to clean and manage these 30 rooms for this motel. So the two parents end up having to clean and manage everything. So this girl, this 10-year-old girl, ends up having to run the front desk, and she tries to have fun with it. She tries to do a really good job, and there's still things that, like, you know, happen. Like, so far she's been endangered once, and it was very, very sad, and she's kind of dealing with that right now. I'm only 70 pages in, I'm not giving any spoilers, but I'm interested to see what happens. It's still like uplifting and like wholesome, but it definitely, like, I'm like, shoot, this is rough and kind of sad. So yeah, I'm kind of interested to see how she changes this front desk energy for better, and if she's able to get the conditions to be better for her parents, not like just her helping her parents. Like, her parents are obviously also trying really hard, and the reason they won't leave the job is because she just started a new school, and it would be really mean to pull her out, and they wouldn't have anywhere to live. They've been living in a car beforehand, so to have like a bed, yeah. So situation's tough. Enjoying it, still hoping to finish it. I'm thinking I maybe should have picked this up if I just wanted the fun fluffy vibes, because this is a romance, but I think I'll just pick that up tomorrow. Who says I can't continue to read Asian lit outside of Asian Readathon? Big brain thoughts from a sleepy Jess. Not this book making me want to cry. Oh, I'm so happy I read this, and I definitely am picking up every other Kelly Yang book. Like, not this second. I'm trying not to buy any more books, but I know there's 2 more books in this kind of front desk series. This is so sweet. How it talks about tolerance, how it talks about these stories. This is a very genuine story that she was brought up in when she came from China to America, ended up literally running a front desk of motels in Anaheim, California, at like the age of 8 to 12, she said. So a lot of these were based off of true stories, and how a lot of these immigrants are forced into these really awful situations, but then also you learn about family and hope and tolerance, and it's just beautiful. I could not recommend this enough. I literally wanted to cry maybe twice, and it was so sweet. Okay, well, that is it for this vlog. It has probably gone on for a very, 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 very long time, so I'm glad if you made it to the end. Leave down below this emoji so I know you are the real MVP. Freaking love you. Thank you. Also, maybe check out my bookstore. I'm selling the unhauled books that I've been accumulating for this past year on an app called Pango Books. If you live in the US, you can maybe buy them. Help me rehome these beautiful books. Yeah, and if you use the code JND5, you get a discount on checkout. Go check that out. Other than that, I'm filled with love and joy, and also kind of want a nap. Oof. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for the next vlog. Peace.